you all are doing well. I just had something come up on my feed and I don't know, I wanted to make a video and talk about it. And it's about narcissistic parents, specifically mothers. So if you are interested in that, and I guess my story with it and how I'm trying to learn and grow and find confidence in myself, that's kind of what this is going to be about. And I don't know if this is even interesting or something people care about, but I have been freaking through it with my upbringing. There's a lot of factors, but I guess the bigger statement I want to say is I have had a fucking shitty life, but that doesn't define me. And I think I've been working really, really, really hard to find myself this year. And I know there's so many of us who kind of feel alone and don't really know who we are or what we're doing in the world. And I guess I just kind of want be like a little source of hey, I'm trying to figure myself out. So if you need someone to be like, hey, I see you, I guess that's just kind of what I'm trying to be. But let me start off with this. I was scrolling on Pinterest and I saw something that was interesting, and it said, the narcissistic, difficult mother and her empathetic daughter, 10 signs you suffer from the good daughter syndrome. This immediately, I was like, oh, whoa. I have been called empathetic my whole life, and I do feel that I very much feel their emotions, and sometimes I'm almost like a sponge with it. And even just the littlest bit of someone feeling not well or upset, I feel it before people say it. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure there's a deeper meaning for that, but growing up and learning that I had a narcissistic mother, I wanted to immediately read that. The title itself, the narcissistic, difficult mother and her empathetic daughter, 10 signs you suffer from the good daughter syndrome. I'm sure this could actually be applied with both the good son, good daughter, the good kid syndrome, So let me start by reading this. It goes, your mother has issues, and in bold it says, boy, does she have issues. Controlling, intrusive, boundary crossing, and critical, just to name a few. You, on the other hand, are sensitive, tuned, and an empathetic daughter. So that's all bold. And then it says, unlucky for you, this combination makes for a toxic dynamic that you can hold, or that can be holding you back from living your best life. It could be stealing your happiness in ways that are hidden to you until now. I'm sad, right? I'm just like, okay, what the fuck? You grabbed my attention and you just predicted something. So I'm already hooked. I'm already I'm gonna read this. So when empathetic daughters of narcissistic, difficult mothers work to be good for mom, look good for mom, and make sure mom is good with them, their relationship is unbalanced. They are in danger of being, quotation, good for mom at their own expense. So it says, if you are in this role with your mother, chances are you have fallen into the good daughter trap and suffer from what I call the good daughter syndrome. My breath stolen. I'm in a chokehold. What? So the next thing, they give you a checklist. It says, how many items on this checklist describe your relationship with your mother? So I'm like, oh, okay, let me tie my hair up. Let me just take a breath, because I don't know. Is this something that I've never really looked at? I've always known that, I felt like my mother didn't like me. We had a very toxic relationship, but the dynamic of this one specifically, knowing now I have a narcissistic mother, knowing that I've been a big empath and I struggle to have boundaries, I'm like, could this align with me? Is this something people understand? So first, all capitals, no matter how hard you work for your mom's approval, it's never good enough. Check. That's one. I'm gonna do a tally. as you might, whatever you do, mom weighs in with criticism or helpful suggestions. I wouldn't say they were even helpful suggestions, but yes, that definitely applies to me. And I think when I see this and I think about it, there's like so many memories that I think I forget that I now get almost like triggered when people say certain things. Like, I was playing a game and someone was like, that's not how you do that. And I went from like completely calm to like super, like not even just like triggered in the sense that like, man, this person just said that and I'm mad. It was like awoke something in my soul. I'm gonna need like there's a demon inside there. Someone call we need an exorcist. No, but I felt this like is it 180? Like this just flip. And I thought about it and I was like, oh shit. Like talking in therapy, something my therapist will say is, can you attribute that saying to a voice? And I've been thinking about this more with when I feel like I hate how this looks on me. I'm not good enough at makeup. I'm not good enough at crafts to do this. I can attribute those to voices of people, and they're all family. So now thinking and hearing these phrases, I'm like, okay. It is honestly, like in those crime scene things where they're connecting everything and it's just like these big strings and it's like, oh my God, what? This is a big connection that I missed here. Like, what the heck? How did I miss all this? Okay, sorry, we are on a checklist. This is a very ADHD. I meant for this to be like 10 minutes. I'm already at 7. Oops. Okay, so 2. All bold. Mom gives you unsolicited advice. She micromanages you and tries to control your life. Holy fuck it. Check. You know what? This might be the only quiz I pass. Okay. Let's see what it says after. It says it's always like a bold question and then something after to kind of give idea. But it says, Mom acts like she's in charge of you into adulthood. She expects you to answer to her and take her advice, even when you haven't asked for it. All the time. All the time. I cut my mom off so I moved in with my dad at 18 and I cut my mom off almost completely. I have 2 sisters who are younger and I would have to drive them to my dad's and that's about a 3-hour drive. But because they lived with my mom, I had to meet up with my mom often and it was so uncomfortable. I hated it, but I did it for my siblings. And this is something I'm realizing in therapy, that I don't have very good boundaries and I will do anything for the people that I love and care about. And they don't see that and it's almost expected. So that's something to talk about maybe another time, another video. Actually, probably not because this is another thing. I feel like a bother. I'm sorry for bothering you guys on a video that you clicked on to listen to. Okay, next one. We're 2 of 2. 3. Mom is never wrong and never sorry. Ooh. Okay, check. All right, what that says is you won't hear I was wrong and you were right. She just can't give it to you. By the same token, you won't hear a genuine apology. All the time. If my mother did anything that was like remotely wrong, because there was a lot wrong, but in her eyes, remotely wrong, it would then become this like, oh, so I'm a horrible mother. Like it would turn, and I'm like now having to cater to this person and be like, no, it's not like that. Like and it's just like, wait, hold on. I came here saying that something was wrong, and now I'm comforting you. And we've totally dismissed this whole thing that I'm doing. And it's like, that has been such a big factor that I've realized when I look and zoom out. I think I'm so zoomed in on like all my imperfections. I've never been able to like take that camera thing and like zoom out to see everything. And when I look at it collectively, I'm like, oh shit. Well, my grandma does that. My aunt does that. Like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm like listing all these people, all these times that it's been like that. Exes. And it's like, well, hold on, wait, I was feeling sad and now I'm comforting you. So there's this extreme imbalance that's happening there. All right, next one. Okay, boundaries. What boundaries? You have a hard time setting healthy boundaries with mom and a harder time sticking to them. All right, we'll put that one down. Check. Mark, check. All right, so it says, this is a hallmark of being in the good daughter role. Setting a boundary feels like you're breaking a rule you never knew existed. No. Okay, well, hold on, new information coming, we're processing. Yeah, so I already knew that I didn't have boundaries. Thank you, therapy. But to this level, it gives me like an ick, and I feel very mad at like my younger self, who obviously was not aware of this. I literally think that I was just so brainwashed as a child. And just when I say that, I mean brainwashed to believe that like my mother was like, I always felt like I was the wrong. Like I was the one that was always messing up because I was made to feel like that. And I didn't receive my father. I love him to death, but he was not a very lovey person. He wasn't like a, I'm proud of you. He would say he loved us. And like, he's not a touchy person. He does not like hugs, not like super just generally affectionate. So I kind of grew up not getting that from anywhere. So, okay. Wow. So number 5. How many are there? I'm not gonna read. Okay, there's 10. Oh, okay. 5. You wish you were different, but you feel responsible for your mom's happiness. All right, we officially got a like slash across the tallies. This underlies many of the reasons you have such a hard time setting boundaries and standing up to mom. Deep down, you feel responsible for making your mother happy. If she isn't happy, you fear it is your fault. Oh my God. So, definitely. I'm sorry I'm doing this live. I should have like preemptively done this, but I guess this is really my genuine like thought process reactions, which might be helpful in finding connections within your life. I don't know. But deep down, so it's, I love how it says you have such a hard time setting boundaries and standing up to mom. But I think it started for that with my mom, but has now, if I think about it, impacted all of my relationships. Not just relationships with like exes. I'm talking like family relationships as well. Like I have such a hard time setting boundaries and standing up to people because deep down, I feel responsible for making people happy. If they aren't happy, I fear that it's my fault, you know? And that to me as like a people pleaser, I never, ever, ever want that. And I take it really upon myself. Like if there's a group of people, I want to make sure everyone is having fun. And because I have such a high, I forget what the word is. Oh no, my little ADHD brain. Hypervigilant of people's emotion, I'm going to say. I don't think there's a word for it, but I can read body language very quickly. Tone, it's like the slightest little change in tone. And I'm like, whoa, hold on, everyone stop, what's happening? Why do you feel, what's going on? I don't like publicly call people out, but like internally, that's what I'm feeling. I'm like, okay, what can I do to like bring all this hype up? Like, and I take this entirety of everyone having fun upon my back. And it's like literally like a camel with like a fuck ton too many straws. And I'm like, yeah, come on, give me a number. I got it. Give me, I can, is this why I take all the groceries in at once? Like to prove my strength? Or is that my laziness? I don't know. Listen, this is turning into like such an ADHD track thing. And I'm watching like a random jazz YouTube But this gave me the tavern vibe, by the way. So that's why I was like, because I was like, I want to call my channel something that I feel like is really inclusive. And as I started looking into Emmy the Druid, I started thinking about a tavern. And I don't know, I love the idea of like just a little cozy tavern with leaves like this. Just look at this. Look at this. I'm sorry if you hate jazz. Jazz to me is like, what the fuck? Hold on, we're getting back on topic. Shit. I'm so sorry. Okay, number 6. Mom takes any pushback as a rejection of her, shutting you down. She says something along the lines of, I was just trying to help. I guess I'm just a horrible mother. We just talked about this. Hold on. Oh my God. Stop. It's almost impossible to have a reasonable conversation with Mom. She gets so defensive and upset if you bring things up to her. You feel like it isn't worth it. Okay, we're starting on 6. Absolutely. This horrible mother feeling. So my mother was very, very close to her mother. And I think I recognized that. And she lost her mother when I was about, I want to say 3. Because I have a memory of my grandmother. And because she viewed her mom as this perfect person, and this is where it's so annoying that I can recognize that my mother is just a really, really hurt person. And I just don't think that she's horrible, but I think she didn't do well raising me, or my sisters, to be honest. And that's a whole nother thought, but I can see that she was severely depressed. And this is something that I've mentioned a few times, but my mom was sleeping or in her room all the time. And when she did have to come out, she was very annoyed. She was very mad. It was a lot. And I kind of took this responsibility of being a maternal figure to my sisters. And I think this is where I've expressed I don't really know how to cook. I think I have a lot of comfort foods that are simple things I learned how to make for siblings. And when my sister, the middle sister, when my middle sister got sick with Crohn's, it made it so my younger sister and I were kind of always together. And we kind of formed this really quick bond. And I feel like my youngest sister and I definitely share a lot of the same personality traits. And we both have anxiety. We both have this very empathetic, kind side to us, but people definitely take advantage of it. So, okay, on to the next one. 7. Mom thinks she knows what is best for you always. It goes without question, at least in her mind, there is an unstated, rule. Mother knows best. If you imply otherwise, there is hell to pay. Absolutely. And if I questioned my mother, it would then be turned into a hierarchy of other people who knew better than me. It was never that I actually knew anything, and more that I was stupid and dumb and I don't know anything. And I think growing up having ADHD and getting that formal diagnosis of ADHD, it was not this thing that people looked at in a how can we help way. It was I was a burden. How can we get rid of her to help everyone else in the class? And I think it was really hard for my mother because of the small town that I lived. Everyone knows everyone. A lot of the teachers are parents to kids that are my peers. So my mom is now being pressured in a weird way because these peers of hers are now coming to her saying oh my God, Em is such a problem. She can't focus. She asks too many questions. She's falling behind. I was now this problem. And it was not oh my gosh, my mom did not look at it as a way to help me. It was why are you being a problem on purpose? And I basically just got put in the classes that people just did the bare minimum and didn't really care. And I think that is something that I have internally felt as I wasn't good enough, I didn't perform enough, and that I wasn't smart. And I have lived my entire life thinking that I wasn't clever or able to even learn things. But I think what's beautiful is I'm now learning that I have a higher EQ, which gives me this ability to see people and connect with people and really care. And I think I love learning, and I'm starting to look at my wants and need. It's not even like a want, it is a need. I have to learn. I have to like absorb, and I learn a lot from people by talking to them. Like, I genuinely love hearing about people's passions. They inspire me to be creative, and I think that's what this whole journey, I think I just heard the mic, but that is what this whole journey has really, like, genuinely been for me. I was someone who grew up with no friends, socially awkward, didn't fit in. I started social media during like COVID, had a TikTok. I kind of blew up, and it was like, wait, what? Like, is everyone pranking me? Like, what is going on? And I think it was the first time that I realized that I fit in somewhere and people saw me, like genuinely saw me and saw what I was saying. And I think with that came this like, okay, how can I bring people with me? How can I help everyone else? Like, these people are helping me so much. How can I help them? And that's where this like whole, I want to grow and bring the people that have helped me with me. I want to give advice. I want to give tips. And I think through healing and learning about myself, that's kind of what I've been trying to do, is just like pass on my, I don't even want to say knowledge, because I don't feel this. Oh, hold on. That's that self-doubt where I'm like, I don't feel like I'm smart. But that noise is disgusting. If I could inspire even one person, and I don't think I'm this huge inspirational person, I just feel like I've gained so much, and to put that back out is just what I hope. I don't know. I don't know. God damn, we're like severely off topic. Okay. Sorry, 7. Oh yeah, we did get 7, so let's put that down. 8. Although not explicitly stated, making mom look good and feel good is your job. Whether you're picking out an outfit for a holiday meal or choosing a profession or a mate, you know mom will regard your choice as a reflection on her. Absolutely. Holy shit. Okay, we've got to put that down. My mother was very much a narcissist and wanted to be perfect. And this is where I think like her wanting to almost be like an embodiment of her mother, I think it kind of put this pressure on my siblings and I to be perfect. And so much so, and I don't know if this even happens anymore, but I remember being at restaurants and people would constantly buy us dessert. I mean, this probably happened, I'm not kidding, probably like 10 times, which I feel like is a lot. And it would be from like an elder couple that would be like, your children are so well mannered that we want to like be kind to them. I don't know why this happened, but it did happen like often. And my mom would just be like, yeah, like I've really like instilled like good Christian values in them and like all of this stuff. And like whenever we went out, it was like, okay, you have to be on your best behavior. If you do anything, like you got the snap, the point down to like go next to her, and these eyes, oh my God, my mom's eyes were like this crystal blue. They're fucking beautiful, but fucking scary. Holy shit. I like do like shivers. Next question. Let's not even keep going there. I'm literally getting like goosebumps. Standing up to mom is hard for you. You don't want to rock the boat. Oh, let's put another one down. All right, we got 9. We might get a straight 100 on this. Yep, more than hard. It's almost impossible. You know the phrase all too well. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Your mother's mood sets the tone. You don't want to mess with that. Absolutely. Never wanted to stand up to my mom. There was a few times I did stand up to her primarily when she would talk badly about people within my church or my friends, like my friends' parents, with like her friends that she was gossiping with. I would like stand up, but I would get freaking hell when I went home. Just like, why did you marry me like that? And anytime that she spoke badly of my dad, because she would talk really badly about my dad, and I love my dad, and I think I felt it within my character, I guess, or my soul, that I had to, because she was talking really, really badly about this person that wasn't that. And I was like, no, like, he's not like that. Like, but I would get fucking spanked when I got home. Wooden spoon, like, but I couldn't let that happen, because I don't know, my little self, and I guess my little Christian thought is like, well, I don't want to lie and go to hell. Like, I have this thought and this feeling, and it was what I knew to be like, quote unquote, right. So yeah, that's
building your online business. Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform.
all right. New trauma unlocked. All right. Okay. So next, 10. Oh God. Oh, I just read this and my heart like dropped. So it says, plagued by self-doubt, you frequently feel guilty and second guess yourself. It's hard for you to make decisions and feel confident about them. You've been taught that you can't solely rely on your own judgment. You are often seeking external approval. Well, 10 out of 10, we got 100 new achievement unlocked. Oh God, how do I don't know if that's like an ADHD thing. I do that so often. Like, I'll say a word, I have to sing the song. Anyway, where do I start with this? Because I'm now learning how much self-doubt I really fucking have, and how much I feel guilty and second guess myself, to the point that if I feel good, I feel selfish. It is the weirdest fucking thing. Like, I feel like I'm not allowed to feel good, or I feel like, okay, what's gonna happen? Oh my God, I have to panic. I self-doubt so much about so many things, and I'm someone who, no matter, I look to my dad for advice, but I will never, ever, ever take someone's advice just because they told me. I ask a lot of different people for advice and then kind of just follow my own intuition, I want to say. And that's led me to a lot of different places in my life. And I think with each of that, there was really hard things because it was such a like massive change. But that's what I think I've always kind of done, is like, I'm okay with change. I'm okay with adapting. I think I like that about myself. I feel selfish for saying that. That's so weird. But you've been taught that you can't solely rely on your own judgment. I think that's what it is I ask other people for advice, but then I still do my own thing, which is weird because it's like I almost have to make every single mistake to learn from it and grow from it. And now I think I'm looking at all of these things and I'm like, yeah, but I should have had support with that. I should have had someone believing me. I should have had someone standing up for me. I should have not accepted that's okay. And that's where I'm realizing I haven't had support, so I don't rely on support. But getting validation from people, I almost don't believe it. I'm like, people are just saying that to be nice to you. Like, my self-doubt and self-worth was so minute that, ooh, that was breathy. I genuinely felt like the biggest piece of shit. And I look back now and going in therapy and just talking like how I'm talking now, just very openly, very honestly, it's like, wow, I did that. Like, all the happiness in my life that I have right now is because of me and what I've done, because I haven't had support. And I think having no support and being a black sheep of my family, it also kind of gave me this ability to be like, you know what, people aren't going to approve of it anyway. I'm just going to do it. And that was just something that I was willing to do in my life. I mean, I moved to the UK. I literally have done a lot of things that I was told I was wrong for doing all the time. I quit school to work at a job, my first job, and I was 18. And this is something I was talking to my dad about, and we came to this conclusion together, is I felt so worthless that when I worked at this job, being the natural people pleaser I am, I went above and beyond to make my managers happy. It felt good to be like appreciated. And this turned into this people pleasing side of myself with no boundaries. But I got promoted really quickly. Like, I'm not kidding, 3 months in, and became like a night shift leader. And it got to this point where I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, they want me to work more, but I have school. And I quit school because this place valued me. It saw something in me. I have my family telling me I should not do this job and this job because I'm not smart enough and whatever. So I quit. That was the first time I quit school, and I literally started working. I worked so many hours. Oh my God. And I was just like, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it, over and over and over and over. And then I think that's when I started to realize that, like, I was really good at my job, and people knew that. And that kind of came with like oh yeah, she'll do it. Oh yeah, she'll do it. And you can train the new people. And I think I felt so awkward because I realized really, really quick with new hires that people did not have the passion or drive. And why should they? I mean, it's a freaking sub shop. Like, why? It was like a sub deli thing. Like, you cut the meat and do all this like pre-thing, whatever. But I would literally study the menu. Like, that's so sad. I talk about this. I like, oh God, that's so weird and lame. You know, when you'd have that, like, you just start thinking about all that weird shit you did as a kid. And you're like, was everyone weird, or was I like exceptionally weird? I think I'm exceptionally weird. But like in a bad way, not a good way. This isn't me bragging. This is me being like, oh my God, I wish I could freeze that. Get the minute blasting. But I don't know. That was my main topic, I guess, for... Oh, hold on. Let me finish this. Ooh, okay. Sorry. Do you see yourself in 7 out of 10 statements? Wow. Okay. As a psychotherapist of over 30 years, I keep seeing the same issues and patterns showing up in most kind of compassionate clients. The daughters who care too much and get too little. I see my clients giving too much and getting too little in their intimate relationships, or feeling like a fraud in their professional lives. When I dig further, I find insecure, anxious daughters who are taken care of or being good for mom instead of looking out for themselves. So I think with that, I think any of us could interpret that however you feel that it resonates with you. For me, I feel like so it says, when I dig further, I find insecure, anxious daughters who are taken care of or being good for mom. Cross that out and put everybody. Like, this is something I think I'm now learning is like my exact DNA pattern. It says, when I dig further, okay, underlying their self-doubt and low self-esteem is the good daughter syndrome. So instead of looking out for themselves, like I did not look after myself. I did not care about myself. I didn't think about myself. And that's where like this whole weight loss journey even happened, is basically going to the doctor, getting on some medication, that is definitely not the way everyone has to do it. This is just my personal experience. I had to get on medication because I had panic attacks. My first like real fucking panic attack. And it happened for 3 weeks. I could not get out of bed. I could not move. I could not eat. I was throwing up. I had no control over myself. And what it is, like looking back, talking to, my therapist and stuff, I genuinely think it was all of this years and years and years of not having a voice, not saying things, not existing, and feeling trapped. I constantly felt trapped. I felt this need to run and get away. And I think that is why I can kind of be this like wanderer within my life. And I just can kind of, I forget what the term is, but where you just can go all these different places. You don't have to stay anywhere. That's how I feel. And when I felt trapped within my life. I don't know, that was really interesting to me. And I'm sorry that this went on a little too long, but I just want to say, like, if any of this resonated with you or you felt a lot of what I said and it gave some emotion to you, I hope that you know your self-worth. And I hope that if you don't have self-worth, that you work on learning to love yourself. It is a weird fucking thing. I'm still in the process of it, and I feel like a weirdo being like, no, you're really great. Like, what the heck? That's such a weird thing to say to myself. Like, shh. What the fuck? But no, it's true. And I'm gonna be that little voice that tells you, like, we're gonna make it. It's gonna be okay. You know? Like, we do not have to be victims of our past, because here we are, like, in the future, in the present. This is now, right? And I am making a conscious effort to constantly learn and grow and love myself and practice just that drive to be positive for other people, be a voice of, like, hope, and also learn from everyone. Like, there's so many things that people have commented under my posts, and I genuinely read that and I'm like, whoa, that, like, spoke to me. And I don't know if I'm just, like, a weirdo who, like, loves people's thoughts, because I can tell when something's very genuine and very, very thought versus, and I love all the comments. I love all of them. I'm just saying, when people see me and give a lot, I see that. And you guys, I hope that I can provide that. I feel like the worst sometimes, and I'm really sorry, because I really want to be, like, so present. And I think I started X and I had a lot of, like, really genuine and great interactions, and then so much happened in my life that it's been like a freaking whirlwind of emotions. And I feel like I'm just now coming around the mountain, but coming out of it and really feeling more confident in myself. And I don't know, just I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you for coming to Tavern Talk. Emmy's Tavern Talk. I don't know. Thoughts of a neurodivergent, socially, like, awkward ADHD person. I don't know. You tell me what's catchy. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and just find something small within your day and flip it. Make it a happy thing. Find the happiness in that. And obviously, if they're big things, you don't have to. But I just mean, like, you're stuck in traffic, replay your favorite song. Put on that Spotify list that you've made just for, like, having fun. Eat something that you really enjoy. Watch something you really like. Like, give yourself some self-care and show yourself some compassion so we can, like, grow on our self-love, okay?